So I had something exciting happen to me this week. In January, the school I go to nominated me for the Children of Courage Award from the Rotary Club, and I got an award this Tuesday, and I'm in the newspaper. So here I am there with Miss Billington and some of the people from the Rotary Club and the other children that have got the awards. This kid here, he is in sixth form and he's doing really well despite having to overcome some of his disabilities. And this girl here, she supports her family and her dad through his illness and still maintains really, really good attendance at school and is doing really well at school. And this boy over here, he has also overcome leukemia. And I've seen him at clinic, I think, a few times. But he also had some other disabilities as well. And happy to say, he has got over leukemia and he has rung the bell. So, luckily, I didn't have to do any speaking, but Miss Billington did have to say something about me, and I will show that in the video right now.
Take place obviously one at a time. The process that we've decided on is we will call up individually the young person who is going to receive the award along with their sponsor. And if you're not prepared, sponsors, now's your time to worry. We will ask you just to say a few words or as many words as you want as to why the individual being awarded has been selected by your school stroke organisation. Okay? We will then make the presentation. I'm going to ask Sarah, who's marketing manager for Warwick Castle, if she will assist. That way we can get her to come back again, you see. And I think I'm going to start off, if I may, by asking Sarah Brown, Sarah Brown to join me up here, if you don't mind, Sarah, thank you. If we'd award you, would you still have come? Oh, good. Okay, the first young person being awarded today is from Kenilworth School. Her sponsor is Fran Billington and the nominee is Alexandra Newman. Would you please come on?
Thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful event, and I'm very sad to be following that speech because that was absolutely brilliant, and why is it not going to be that good? But I just wanted to explain why Kenilworth School nominated Alex for this award today. So Alex was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in June 2019, and ever since we found out as a school, obviously we made provision to try and make Alex's life at school as positive as possible. But to be quite honest, Alex's resilience in being at school and dealing with the whole diagnosis situation initially was just phenomenal. I couldn't personally believe the level of resilience that Alex had. And the first thing she wanted to do following this diagnosis was come into her tutor group and talk to all the people in her tutor group to try and reassure them and help them with their kind of problems that they were having with her having this diagnosis. So she didn't seem to mind at all about her own problems, and she straight away just wanted to go and comfort everybody else, which was a lovely thing to do. The other thing she bravely decided to do was she found out that she was going to be having chemotherapy, so she decided that she was going to cut off her own hair and donate it to the Little Princess Trust so that other children could benefit from her having hair. In terms of her attendance at school, Alex has been coming in as much as possible, physically possible, and even though she's had a central line fitted, she's overcome the challenge of having to come into school. Obviously she's been wearing a wig. Other students are aware that she has leukemia, and she's been so resilient in dealing with everything, concentrating in lessons, doing all her homework. She's also been working at home on the days that she can't come in, and her family have been really supportive in kind of bridging that link between school and home and making sure that she can keep up with her education. She's really passionate about learning and tries to be in school as much as she physically can be. Every time I see Alex, she's got a smile on her face. Yeah. She's smiling now, she's standing in front of all of you. And just every time I see her, she's always says hello, she's always really kind, really positive, really pleasant. And you just wouldn't know that she was going through all of this by her attitude, her positivity, her radiance. She's just amazing. And even though she's had several treatments, she's had lumbar punctures, she's got a central line fitted, she's had bone marrow transplants, multiple blood tests at hospital and at school, she's had MRI scans, physiotherapy, eating difficulties as a result of the steroids that she's been on, that she's struggled to control her appetite and having to eat around drug treatments. She's just remained completely positive throughout and has dealt with this, what will be 2.5 years of treatment, in the most fantastic way. On top of this, she's actually signed up for research studies to help the future development of cancer treatments. So she's had extra cells harvested so that she can contribute to bone necrosis studies, looking at things like blood complications, bone-related complications like osteoporosis. So she's basically been choosing to donate more of her body so that, you know, other people can benefit from the therapies that those donations will give. On top of this, she's really keen to do a charity event for Teenage Cancer Trust, because they've been amazing at supporting her throughout with different events that she's been able to do. Different, like on your ward, you said that the funding's come from there. You did an escape room, didn't you? Which sounded exciting. And just all the support that Teenage Cancer Trust have given. I think the most important thing is that despite all of this, Alex is, even in the midst of her treatment, wanting immediately to give back something to Teenage Cancer Trust, and I think she wants to run a big whole school fundraising event when she's back to school during the week in September, isn't it? We're talking about maybe doing a gold day. So that's their colour. But I think it's amazing that somebody who's been through so much and is still going through it is so positive and just wants to help other people. I think that's the most amazing thing, really, for Alex. So on behalf of myself and Keller School, I think you thoroughly deserve this award, Alex.
What?
Yes, well done.
Miss Bennington's speech was very good. However, I just have to clarify, I have not had any bone marrow transplants, but I have had 2 bone marrow aspirations, which I think she was getting a bit mixed up with. But my whole family attended, and we had a lovely meal, and we've met lots of lovely people, and I got this certificate. I also got this trophy. It's very nice. And I also got £25 to spend on books from Kenilworth Books, so thank you. And just big thanks to the Rotary Club for the event. It was really, really lovely. It was a really nice day. And also all the other people that have sponsored. And also Sarah from Gecko Photography, because the photos were really lovely. Thank you. And I nearly forgot, if you want to read the newspaper article, it's down below, so just check it out there.